Hello and welcome to another video from me, Rough Swordsman Wargamer. This is a slightly different type of video, but as you can see on the table I've got D-Day at Peleliu, the well-known game designed by John Butterfield and published by Decision Games. Now some of you may know that I'm colourblind, and if you own this game you know it's all about colour. So I've decided to make this short video explaining how I've got around that, and that might help other colourblind players who want to play this game but have been put off because of the problems they're going to have with the colours. Some of the things I've come up with to help me play this game, you'll say, Ruff, that's patently obvious, but I thought I'd mention them in case it helps one or two people who would be put off playing this rather good game because of the colours. So, first thing are the cards. So on the cards we have a little coloured symbol here and 3 coloured squares here, and actually on this edition of the game even I find that it's not impossible to pick out the colours, because I'm not sure if it's the same for every colourblind person, but it's a lot to do with tones rather than the actual colour. And the other problem I have, if it's a small area of colour, I have real trouble picking out what it is. But luckily, they're numbered. So what I've had to do, yes, you've probably guessed it, is I've put down all the card numbers on a piece of card and just using initials for the colour at the top and for the colours at the bottom. There are 6 colours altogether. This one is in a little bit of contention. Yellow. It looks yellow on the card, but on the map, and here's one just poking here, looks a bit more orangey. Bear orange in mind because some of the cards say orange, but I think the general consensus of that is to treat it as yellow. So that's how I get round the colours on the card. So on the map, the main things of course are the colours of the positions and the landing zones here. And as I said earlier, because these are a small amount of colour, they're hard to distinguish for me. So just like the cards, get somebody to tell you what they are. And these are written on here. The colours of the positions, we've got 6 colours, for me anyway. This I can tell is the yellowy, orangey, whatever colour. Red is okay because it's pretty dark. Purple and blue, there is a tonal difference there. I can actually see though, even through the camera, that that's the blue one and that's the purple one. Again, problems occur when there is sufficient light, but hopefully you can determine those. The main ones, for me, are the brown and the green, but luckily, and I'm not sure if I did this on purpose as a sort of subtle hint, like the numbers on the cards, but the green has black letters and numbers, and the brown, white letters and numbers. And we also know that these dots around the outside are projected from the position. And so for instance, we know all these are green because they're projected from that position. And we know this is brown because they are projected out from that position. And also the dots are sort of next to the side that projects that colour. So for instance, here with this green one, he says with confidence because it's black letters and numbers, all those pertain to that position because they're also on the hex side of that position. This has nothing to do with this because this belongs to this one, which is brown. But again, I can tell they're different because of the tone. This looks darker. Daft, I know, if you're not colourblind. People with normal vision will be going, what's the problem, Ruff? But it is a problem for us colourblind people. And another thing about these dots, we know they can project 1, 2 or 3 spaces, but they will always have their dot nearest the position that it originally came from. So, to enable me to play this game, I've got my little bifold, and here we've got the number of the card, what's at the top, what's at the bottom. It carries on here, and on the back, the landing sites, and a little aid memoir to tell me which one's green and which one's brown. And with the dots on the map, knowing how the mechanic works with the colour closest or on the hex side of the position. Well, I hope that's been of interest to anybody that suffers with colour blindness, because nobody wants to be stopped from playing a game, especially a game series which is highly respected. Well, let me know what you think with a thumbs up for the video if it was helpful, or a comment. This might be obvious to colourblind people and they do that already, but just in case, nobody should be stopped from playing a game because they're colourblind. Right, now I can get on learning the game and hopefully recording a playthrough. So, until next time, as always, you take care and goodbye.